Now, summer is coming to an end, which means one thing here in southern Colorado. It is time for the Pueblo Chile season.
But where did the Pueblo Chile get its start? Fox 21's Storm Team meteorologist Dee Cortez went on a journey to find out.
I sure did. Now you see this guy that's standing right behind me? That's my granddad.
Oh.
Yeah, so as the granddaughter of a New Mexico green chili farmer, I can tell you with certainty that the Pueblo Chile, well, it hasn't always been a thing. In fact, it's a fairly new strain, and to find out where it came from, I went straight to the source.
There's really no other chili that's genetically like that Pueblo chili. And
this is Dr. Mike Bartolo. He's the manager and vegetable crop specialist at Colorado State University at the Arkansas Valley Research Center. I think it's safe to say that farming, well, it runs in his family.
my uncle's name was Harry Moscow, and the Moscow family, along with my family, were farmers.
Did that last name ring a bell? Hold on, we're getting there. Harry Moscow worked in the fields just east of Pueblo in the St. Charles Mesa. Moscow passed away in 1988, but he left behind a legacy that wouldn't be discovered until years later.
It's just became ingrained in the culture.
His work would bring communities together for generations to come.
1990-91, I started working here, and my father at that time had given me a bag of seed that he had been growing.
It took just one crop for Dr. Bartolo to know his uncle had left something special in that bag of seeds. So special, he would spend the next 28 years perfecting it.
And I found one individual pepper growing in that original population that was just a little bit different. It was a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker. And I took that, and after about another 5 or 6 years, I began selecting out of that original one single pepper. And from that arose the variety called Moscow, which is now the variety that's commonly used as the Pueblo chili.
After growing in Pueblo for nearly 3 decades, the chili has adapted, which is referred to as a land race. Dr. Bartolo explains.
A land race is a type of variety that when you grow it in an area for many, many years, it becomes well suited to that area. And that's essentially what the Pueblo chili is. It's a land race that's become so well adapted to this area based on the climatic conditions and the water availabilities, the soils, all those types of things that give it its unique resistance to pests and its ability to grow well.
Pueblo chili is what we call a mirasol, which means looking at the sun because it grows up towards the sky rather than hanging down towards the ground.
You could feel the texture, and there's a certain weight to the pepper. This is what's now grown as the Moscow.
Colorado's extreme diurnal shifts, meaning extreme hot days and cold nights, is what gives the Moscow chili the thick walls and the consistent heat that we've become accustomed to.
An accumulation of different flavor compounds, sugars and other compounds in the fruit that give it its unique texture and flavor.
You better believe I asked the burning question, what's better, Patch or the Pueblo chili?
I'm going to leave that to other people because that's too controversial, so that's not based on science. But on science, there is definitely a genetic difference that's unique that from any other chili that's grown really outside of small pockets in Mexico, because that's where its evolutionary origin started from.
Well, if you want a little more spice in your life, don't worry, we have what you need. Dr. Bartolo says that he's developed a new strain of the Pueblo chili that gives you that extra kick, and the debut of that chili is happening right now at the Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival, and we'll have that story for you tomorrow on Fox 21 News.
Very interesting.
Oh, wow. I want to check that out.
I always want less of a kick, though.
I know.
Am I the only one?
Yeah,
like mild,
on
please.
Food Truck Mondays. No spice, please.
No spicy things. Sorry, I'm a wimp.